This time on Video Game Tango, we've beaten Gamescom to the punch, and we have some great games on the horizon for you, like Meet Your Maker, Squirrel with a Gun, and Inkbound.
Nick here. You've missed me. Please leave a message and a game review after the beep.
Hi, I'm Josh, and thanks to Spider-Man being on PC, I no longer need to fight crime in my onesies.
And I'm Andy. Welcome to Video Game Tango. We're back and it's Video Game Tango!
It's been so long. I feel like it's been 9 years.
Does anyone even play video games anymore?
I played some.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
The last 2 weeks?
Yeah, we played DayZ the last 2 weeks.
We did?
Yeah. You didn't.
No, I wasn't invited to have.
You were invited. You were the first person I invited.
No, my shoulder was hurt. I wasn't it.
You just happened to be here, and you were the first person I invited. Okay.
Josh tried to do the first 1980 double flip Christ-Air in Rocket League and broke his shoulder.
Yeah,
I slept on it wrong and been in pain for 2 weeks.
Welcome to your 30s. So yeah, sorry about the lack of a podcast last week. I got sick. Josh had a fucked up shoulder, and I just called it. So things happen.
It's been a long time since we've missed a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, every time we've missed a podcast, it's been like announced beforehand. So this is like the first time we've missed one. I did, yeah. So I got migraine with aura, which is a thing that is reoccurring, so I got to get that checked out.
Nick and I talked about how fun it would have been to try and do the podcast anyway with me tapping on the table and the bright lights. It'd been like we would just have been filming Andy vomiting for an hour and a half.
To be honest, I thought about you guys doing it, and then I was like, no,
thank you.
No, it's okay. Just, as far as like controlling the stream and everything, man, I was like, I don't have the patience to teach that right now.
Yeah.
So
very fair.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully we didn't miss too much news because after scouring the internet for news and finding next to nothing other than a list of all the games that have been delayed, it's kind of been a little dead.
Now, as far as the dead news cycle, last week was really dead. This week we're getting a little trickle of new games and new news, but that is because Gamescom is next week, so make sure you are here next week for the Gamescom announcements. We're going to be talking about all those, so I will make sure I make good notes as far as the live streams go. I'll be in those, like watching them and making sure we're ready for it. So we will have the best of Gamescom next week. Gamescom will still be ongoing as we do the podcast, so there will be more news even after Gamescom happens. So the next 2 weeks are just going to be absolutely chock full of announcements. We already know that we're probably going to see the Wizarding World of Harry Potter MMO.
Yeah, that's been big news for a while.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the first real showing of the Harry Potter MMO that we're going to be seeing at Gamescom. We have hardware announcements. What?
We're all playing that, right?
Maybe, yeah, very possibly.
And that starts August 24th, Wednesday.
Technically, so it does where it's being held. Technically, for us, it starts the day before.
Come join me in House Slytherin. I'll be J.K. Rowdy. Yeah.
And on that, we've got video game news. We've got a brand new game. It's called Meet Your Maker. We've got a reveal trailer for it. That's my face.
That was your face.
So the way it's pitched is really neat. So Meet Your Maker is a post-apocalyptic first-person building and raiding game where every level is designed by players. Switch between roles as you mastermind devious maze-like outposts filled with traps and guards, then gear up for the methodical, fast-paced combat raiding other players' creations. Made by Behavior Interactive, what we've got on screen right now is effectively voxel-style building. And what is shown later is you are the last group of humanity. And what you are seeking out from these raids that are created by other players is you're seeking out genetic material, the last of the genetic material living on Earth, or this whatever this planet is. And that's the goal of the game. But ultimately, I think the most standout part about it is that it looks like the players are the ones that are designing the raids that you're going to be partaking in.
So this is grim, dark, ultimate chicken horse.
Kind of, yeah. No, really.
I'm down.
Yeah, graphically speaking, it looks pretty impressive. The gameplay seems solid. I don't know what the gunplay really is like. I did watch. So right now you can sign up for early access. So it's limited in access, but it looks pretty good.
It's got a grappling hook.
It's got I think right now they have like 13 weapons, at least according to the video that I watched on this earlier, and they plan on introducing more. But it's got characters that you can select with more characters coming in. They've got kind of default loadouts, and each one of them brings something different to the table.
It's kind of fun. I like the play on words with the name too.
Yeah. Also, brought to you by the guys that made Dead by Daylight. Kind of a big departure from Dead by Daylight.
It's good to see him branching out.
Yeah, for sure. I like developers making games that aren't just like their old game, right? Branching off and doing something new. And this, it's not like anything like this hasn't been done before, but as long as they do it well.
It hasn't been done often.
Right. Not often and not to this degree, right? Like not this game hasn't been made before. So we're not seeing a clone.
Super inclusive to the community that's going to play this. Because you're going to be building the levels. I mean, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, you just mean like eventually the people who put a lot of time and effort
exactly.
into
Like there's going to be someone like you're going to be like, oh man, this is made by fucking whoever,
right?
And like it was like the last 3 I played by this guy were fucking insane.
Totally.
Doors and corners, bitch. Watch out. Like
that's where they get you.
That's where they get you. So like I feel like that's really cool. This is leaning in to their community, whereas other companies, Ubisoft, Rockstar, lean on their community.
Yeah. And for you,
like this is I don't know. I like this is good. I like the idea. It's neat.
For you audio listeners, if this helps, the visuals reminds me of a baby between Destiny and Necromunda. I mean, if that gets your gibbles vibrating, then look it up. Meet Your Maker, I believe was the name.
Meet Your Maker.
Is there any kind of a release date around there?
No release date right now. You can go to Steam and try and get the early access. It's limited release, so it's still in development. Probably 2023 by what I read, but no actual release date yet.
Gotcha.
Available for Xbox and PC.
Okay. Well, speaking of devs doing something that's at least slightly different from what they're used to, one of my all-time favorite games the last 10 years, Monster Train, the devs of that have been creating a new game. Shiny Shoe, known for Monster Train, are making Inkbound. Not a lot of stuff on this available yet besides the cinematic trailer we're now showing on Steam. But it seems like an interesting twist, if we haven't had enough already, on the roguelike genre. So think Slay the Spire, something along those lines, except combat is turn-based, and it's a co-op game. So you and your friends, I assume you could probably do it single player as well, are essentially playing through what amounts to a Slay the Spire style roguelike game, but you get to do it co-op, and it is turn-based, which is kind of a wild take. Hades combat, but turn-based. Is how the reviews are putting it, which, I mean, my gibbles are thrumming at a high velocity at those words.
I wonder, what was the game that came out after Bastion by Supergiant Games? Transistor. I wonder if it's going to be something kind of similar.
I never bit the bullet and played it.
Oh, okay.
You had played it. I remember we talked about it a little bit.
Grid-based, loosely... how do you describe the combat in...
It was like
Transistor?
Semi-turn-based from what I had seen.
Semi-turn-based. It's really hard to nail down. The combat in Transistor is fairly unique.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if it's going to be similar.
It was Giant Games?
Supergiant Games?
Supergiant Games. Yeah, and they also made the weird desert basketball game that I played. That was interesting. But no, it's great to see that the Monster Train people are making something new. I loved Monster Train. I played it a lot. Played it enough that, it's not often that I play a game for more than a bit and be like, okay, I've gotten the gist of it. I'm going to play something new now. I got pretty heavy on the Monster Train, and they did some neat, interesting new things with the current roguelike formula. I am always down for co-op games.
Yeah.
Like I prefer playing multiplayer games with my friends over playing single player games.
Yep.
So the idea of someone who I trust to put out good games coming out with a co-op game, especially turn-based one, is fantastic. I mean, this looks like the old kind of D&D style, like Gauntlet-esque games we used to play together.
The art style kind of reminds me of League of Legends a little bit.
I would say,
It's got the same top-down, almost isometric feel to it.
And then kind of like nearly hand-drawn kind of feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not a lot out. I don't have much more to mention other than that, but it did pique my interest. And it's due out sometime in 2023. You can follow it over on Steam if you want to keep up to date on the news. Again, the name was Inkbound, one word.
And just remember, if you have questions about these games that we're talking about, head on over to videogametango.com/blog.
And leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail. But we are going to have all the show notes, all of the game trailers, where you can get the games and the release dates or their TBD on the blog.
Entirely because, my voice.
Yeah, your voice.
Wow,
that changed into a different person. Give me 1 second. All because Andy is a saint.
You know, that's how I roll.
And he goes above and beyond. What do you got for us, Josh?
Well, every once in a while, once, twice a console generation, a video game comes that revolutionizes how we play games, how we think about video games.
Knack 2?
And I believe, sir, I have that offering for this generation. It's called Squirrel with a Gun. And it has a touch of realism because this is a human-sized gun that obviously this squirrel has found and picked up and he's using to take down agents that are trying to kung fu you. They're trying to martial arts you, hand-to-hand combat you, and that
squirrel has a Mac 10.
Yeah.
Just the animation of the squirrel picking up the gun and running with his little legs. I was absolutely delighted by this idea, and
here he is robbing a citizen
with a fucking Glock.
Yep.
As an American, this gun speaks to me on multiple levels. There's apparently firearms.
Hold on. Did you mean this game speaks to you on many different levels? Because you said gun, you American.
Oops.
This gun speaks to me on many different levels.
Freudian slip.
Is the squirrel a gun? We may never know.
The squirrel uses the gun to do acrobatics.
He's double jumping with a gun.
Squirrel's wearing cat ears.
Every once in a while, a game comes out that revolutionizes the way we think about games. Look out, GTA 6. Okay, I'm just saying, this
kind of looks like the next Goat Simulator.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
people are gonna be talking about this one, gentlemen, and you heard it here first on Tango.
Squirrel with a gun.
Well, actually, heard it here third or second. It came out on Twitter the other day.
I'm willing to bet that this is going to be a huge streamer game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a week-long phenomenon.
So it has its own Steam page already. And if you are interested in finding out more about the game, you can follow D Intremont on Twitter. That seems to be where all the news is coming out.
How do you spell that?
That is Big D, little E, big E, and then the rest are little. NT. REMONT.
Is that how you refer to capitalized letters as big and little?
I mean, it's just making it easy for people.
Okay. And for everybody listening, I'll put it in the show notes for you.
It'll be in the show notes there. Yeah. But its release date right now, a direct quote from the devs is "good question."
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, it's coming down the pipeline, but be prepared, guys. Be prepared.
It looks pretty smooth.
Prepared. Yeah, I mean, so far so good.
Yeah, given the interactions and animations, I wouldn't say it's terribly that far away.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's looking.
You might just be adding content at this point.
Content and maybe a little bit of polish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting rid of some bugs. It's looking pretty solid because the trailer that we're watching is a gameplay trailer. We're not watching an animated trailer or anything like that. So it's looking pretty solid.
That's a squirrel with cat ears.
Yes, indeed it is.
And he has a little hat.
He had an acorn beret.
Yeah, the acrobatics with the gun, like the fact that it is your double jump, like you fire a gun as a squirrel to get your double jump. That's fantastic. That's
right?
That kind of thing
it's a quality find, guys.
It's right
up
my alley.
Quality find.
Definitely.
quality. I've got another new game.
Another one.
Wow.
Another one.
And another one.
And another one. This one is called Luna Abyss. This one is a first-person.
Audio listeners, I'm telling you, you gotta get.
You gotta watch the live stream, man.
You miss funny things.
Boy, it's a circus.
Yeah,
of
you sure do.
Okay.
Good.
Here I am trying to bring up the show notes, and instead I bring up a list that says
lady samples.
What is ugly? Fat chicks, lady samples, stinky people,
All we
and
saw
tapeworms.
was lady samples, stinky people, tapeworms.
So-
and I was like, that's okay. Yep.
This is a weird game.
Yeah, it's a very weird game. Luna Abyss. It's a narrative-driven, first-person action-adventure game. Discover a vast, derelict colony deep within the belly of an ominous mimic moon.
Ooh.
Fight twisted cosmic horrors in intense, fast-paced bullet hell combat. And
It made me uncomfortable.
there are a selection of first-person shooter bullet hells for sure.
Pretty dope.
But very few of them have this level of graphic fidelity and what looks like polish to me.
Yeah, there's some fucking polish on this.
Yeah, for real. I mean, this is looking like the next Doom title, but it's a bullet hell. Bullets
This is
are
Hellraiser Doom.
yeah. It visually speaking, it looks very impressive. A lot of the lighting looks like it comes directly from the bullets that are being thrown at you like from everywhere. It looks very dark, very dangerous, and it's a first-person shooter bullet hell. I am interested to see how well they do in the mechanics because a lot of the difficulty in bullet hells comes from movement, and I'd like to see how they tackle movement because what we get in the trailer looks like fairly standard shooter fare.
We're seeing little
movement-wise.
tiny clips of gameplay.
Yeah.
Interstitial with cinematic stuff.
Yeah, this is certainly an announcement trailer, but from what we're getting from the announcement trailer is a lot of gray, a lot of red, and a lot of bullets. Also, the vibes are really creepy. Like lots of eyes on all the bad guys. Like kind of a Frankenstein-y feel.
Cute.
That one was almost cute. Kind of a Frankenstein-y feel, like bolts and stuff in enemies.
Like you said, it's like a Doom in a gothic agony.
Yeah.
Had a baby.
Yeah.
Right, with less tits.
And it looks pretty fucking metal. Like that's a chicken with an axe for a head.
I thought it was a cat. Did you see its spine?
Maybe it was a cat. I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be a cat. That might be a cat with an axe for a head. So yeah, it
Aesthetics off the charts. We'll see how the gameplay.
yeah, aesthetically speaking, this game raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, looks dope.
Yeah, and graphically speaking, it's not a terribly colorful game, so the graphics may not be that good. But with the lighting that they use, it looks super solid and super well polished.
I tend to find where in games like that where the lighting's dark and it's like the graphics actually it has to be sharp. Otherwise, everything just blends together. So it's graphically, it has to be good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's going to be muddled.
I think without the specific color palette they chose, this would come across as another
Unity
shooter. Or Unreal Engine shooter game.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree, but because they made the lighting the core mechanic as far as the graphics go, I think that was a good decision on their part because it makes the game extremely atmospheric from what we can see.
it's interesting. There's very, very little gameplay to go off of here, so I'm grasping at straws, but it almost seems like it's a boomer shooter, but a bullet hell.
Yeah.
Like Doom, but you have to actually dodge shots.
Right. That's at least the vibe that I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Very
Good
much a
find
modern
on that
Doom
one.
aesthetic. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I talked about Inkbound. Our good friend who's been on the podcast recently, Sierra, she was gushing about Bear and Breakfast that she was, I believe, able to play the demo for.
Yes.
It is now officially out. Very positive reviews with 1,500 reviews. Looking through them, no major complaints. So if you're into cozy games, Bear and Breakfast is now here. It is available on Steam, $20. After the announcement and release, the first Steam post is already known issues and how to fix them. Seems like the devs are up on minor bugs and whatnot. 8 gigabytes of RAM, Intel Core i3, Windows 7, 1 gig VRAM card. It's not going to require much. And
it could be played on my mid-range laptop.
Just about. Yeah. I did read through some of the negative reviews and filtering out the ones that are obviously garbage. It seems like most of the negative reviews was from either a lack of polish or a lack of depth, in the sense that like some dialogue trees are kind of shallow. But game's just been released.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell nowadays if a game dev is going to continue to update a game similar to Terraria or Deep Rock Galactic or No Man's Sky, where they just continuously add content to the base game.
Yeah.
Or if they're going to release DLC, or if they, support the game for a while and then release a second one. This seems like, if anything, if I had to just put money down and guess, they're probably just going to continue to add content to the base game.
Yeah.
If you like little cozy games, running a bed and breakfast, but also there's bears involved, highly recommend it. Developed by Gummy Cat, published by Armor Games, of all people. Both Armor Games and Congregate have moved fully almost into publishing. They have some in-house games, but blows my mind. I'm old. But yeah, that is out and available. Other than that, we've talked about Rollerdrome a few times on the podcast. Some final official reviews looking at 8 to 9 out of 10. Highly recommended if you're in any kind of Tony Hawk or fast-paced shooters, high-score games. I read a few. I'm not going to go deep into them. The only major complaints is there isn't much story, but in a game like this, that's not what you're playing them for. So,
nerds.
Rollerdrome, highly recommended. Other than that, I don't have much more else to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's where I am at.
I got a thing.
Josh and I got games.
I got a thing. So once again, a thing I've been doing is moving into that cozy game corner, but with a dark twist. So I have yet another cozy, but kind of creepy offering for everyone here. This is Bloody Hell Hotel. So if you want to be a cleaning telepath that's fixing up your mansion, and you're going to be renting to guests that you will then brutally murder and harvest for their blood. So it has everything, again, from like you're crafting, you're building things, you're also brutally murdering people. So it's dark, it's fun. There's puzzles. It's all kinds of good fun. Now, I couldn't find when this was coming out.
I could tell you.
Okay, please do.
Steam says it's coming out when it's bloody awesome.
When it's bloody awesome. Okay, so see, I've even brought fun TBDs.
It's TBD.
So for our audio listeners, this is like a first person. I know House Flipper is already first person, but a first person house flipper. But you're also like the poltergeist who haunts the house.
Yeah.
And you're trying to make the house attractive enough that people come to stay in it so that you can
But then you got to keep zombies and there's an undead cow. You got to keep zombies and skeletons and shit away long enough to get the people in there so that you can brutally murder them. So it's all kinds of fun. It comes from a bit of a smaller company. The company used to just be one guy, and I don't think I'm going to try.
It's Slavic, isn't it?
It's very Slavic. It's Vlad. Marhulets. I don't even know how Marhulets. I don't even know how you begin to it. I tried.
Vlad Mark.
Yep. From Unfold Games, and they previously made the surrealist puzzle game Dark, spelled with a Q. If you've played that one,
it hurts me in my soul a little bit, but I will look it up later.
Spider with a Y. No, it looks good. It's described in its trailer as vampire horror meets Stardew Valley.
Yep.
Also, I do encourage you guys to watch the trailer, which is going to be on the blog.
Yeah. Well, I
know you did. We're talking about it right now. Because the whole thing's narrated. It's pretty funny. It's a little tongue in cheek, a little bit campy. And they did a really good job making this trailer. So I do recommend you check out the trailer.
I do want to point out the previous game, Dark with a Q, as much as I hate to say that out loud. Very positive reviews, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 from some of the sites I've seen.
Excellent.
So good, the thing.
Solid.
that I'm
Good words.
I mean, it totally it has a Tim Burton-y kind of a feel aesthetically, right, with those characters and whatnot. But
no, big time.
Yeah, I saw that. I loved the concept of this.
Little Luigi's Mansion in there. Yeah. All right, what's next?
I've got another game. It's called Bramble, the Mountain King.
Was that your nickname in high school?
No. So continue to watch this trailer, guys, as I give you a description of the game. Okay. Bramble, the Mountain King is a grim adventure set in a world inspired by dark Nordic fables. Explore the beautiful yet dangerous and twisted land of Bramble in your endeavor to rescue your sister. Traverse a wondrous landscape and survive deadly encounters with Bramble's many hideous creatures. This game looks relatively cute until you get to the mounds of flesh and blood.
Grim, I was thinking, is that 1M or 2? And this looks like a 2M grim game.
Well, right? It's a 1M in the description, but it's a 2M in its ambiance.
Yeah.
So yeah, the game starts off like a little like almost Tim Burton-esque, a little bit like the aesthetics kind of throw you off.
Get got by a bear trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the aesthetics are like a little bit off-putting. Mm-hmm. In the beginning part of the trailer, and then it starts to get straight up evil. So we see things like forest nymphs and keepers of a bog and trolls and all kinds of shit. Definitely check this one out on Steam. The visuals are the main thing that impacted me here. It's an adventure game. It looks graphically solid. It's got an aesthetic that you need to check out. Again, the game is Bramble the Mountain King. I really highly suggest you check out the trailer, check out the Steam page. Like
you said, it goes from mildly like a little unsettling, you're like, it just doesn't quite look right,
and to kind of vile, to kind of cute, to disturbing.
I mean, it's really This reminds me of the kind of Fae interpretations that I love. You think like Thornwatch from Penny Arcade, or A Midnight Summer Dream, but on like heroin.
Yeah,
right. This is like
some of these motherfuckers Fae are from the Unseelie Court.
Depicted as they should be, not these fun little loving pixies, but these forces of emotional, dangerous nature. This is very Brothers Grimm fairy tale-esque looking game.
It reminds me of when you go from dream to nightmare, all in the same kind of dream sequence, where your sex with an X turns into running for your life from something, turns into dreams about a gas station that you used to frequent and meeting a friend there, to again fighting for your life for something, and then trying to find a toilet because you have to pee in real life.
Honestly, this looks like if someone had made Limbo, but purely from like a Slavic fairy tale point of view. Yeah. Right. A completely different aesthetic, but the feel's the same.
And very colorful until it's not.
Until it's not.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love this.
Yeah, the aesthetic is pretty incredible. Yeah, you see a gnome just get got by a fucking bear trap.
The bear trap is 40 times the size of the gnome,
which is to be expected. It's a gnome versus a bear, right?
Yeah. What was the name of the little gnome show we used to watch?
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome. Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, these are some good games. I'm surprised we pulled this all out of our ass. I wasn't expecting much this week.
Man, you had to dive deep, but we got there.
That is good.
Yeah.
We've gone over a lot. Most of these are 2023.
Yes. And that's what we're going to be seeing. We're seeing the tail end. So we've already gotten the holiday games announcements earlier in the year. Yeah. So at this point, most of the games that we're going to be talking about, the new titles and up and coming games, they're going to be coming out early 2023, mid 2023. Definitely. So we are looking at like a 6 to 8 month dev span before we start getting any of these games.
Fall's always weird for video games.
It is.
You get surprises and then weird dearths of games.
Yeah. But yeah, and we're only we haven't even technically entered fall yet. And yeah, we're going to be getting, so again, we have Gamescom next week, and we have to assume there's going to be a lot of game announcements, especially from Japanese developers. Yeah. There's also going to probably. Yeah. There's actually Pac-Man 2 already came out. That was
Pac-Man Live.
That was for the N64 PlayStation. Anyways, Yeah, so next week I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of news, even hardware news. We know we have rumors from NVIDIA and Intel floating around, and we know that the new Ryzen chipset's gonna be launched, at least announced at Gamescom, and probably in the same week as the new Intel graphics chipsets. We've got new NVIDIA cards happening soon. AMD's press release is probably gonna have some graphics cards as well. So new hardware on the horizon, going into DDR5, PCI Express 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If they come out with a new line of Ryzen, should the previous one become Risen? And this is just Rose?
You could just pronounce it that way if you wanted to, because it's RYZEN. It's not Ryzen, it's Risen, because it's last year's model.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So I'm sure we're going to be getting plenty of announcements, lots to talk about next week. Make sure you're here. We go live around 8 o'clock-ish Pacific time for the live stream.
It's a soft 8.
Twitch.tv/VideoGameTango. You can also just go to the live stream at VideoGameTango.com if that's a little bit too much.
It is scientifically proven to enhance and benefit your life.
Yeah, I
did a study last week.
Video Game Tango ends up being somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes every week. We stream for like 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot more content to be had if you just come to the live stream. We also have Balcony Time podcast coming up after this on the live stream. You guys will be getting it maybe Monday if I'm able to publish it, because we're still having problems with it. We are going to be wrapping up Video Game Tango here for the week soon, but we've been reminding you guys over the last few weeks to head over to videogametango.com and leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
I have one more thing.
You have one more thing?
I have one more thing.
You have like gaming
We've been in the
news?
outro for 5 minutes.
I have one more thing, though.
Yeah.
What's your thing?
This week I actually, as soon as I popped on the Spider-Man game.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I popped on the Spider-Man game this week. And I noticed right away on its load screen, and then there was an article to back me up on this, it says PlayStation PC.
Yeah.
And so now we're thinking, guys, that PlayStation might be doing a PC launcher, a games launcher, probably something similar, because right now their games come out where they should on the PC, which is Steam and Epic. But right now they might be doing like an Ubisoft or perhaps an EA thing. I don't want to associate.
What you're saying is we're probably going to be seeing something akin to the Xbox dashboard on PC.
Yes, and that honestly excites me, because so far there have been a couple of really good PlayStation ports that have come out. And the Spider-Man game, guys, it's an old game at this point. It's been remastered though, and even with my medium settings, good Lord, is it pretty. The best part about the game is swinging, no notes. Mm-hmm. But there's been a lot of other cool games. Horizon Zero Dawn was a PlayStation exclusive. Did real well on PC. God of War. I'm not going to say anymore. Everybody knows. Mm-hmm. And then later this year, Uncharted.
Yeah.
So I really hope this is a thing. I will gladly play more PlayStation games on my PC.
Sony so far has done an excellent job of porting their exclusive games to the PC. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What I'm worried about, I understand they may need a launcher because they plan on delivering these games via PlayStation Plus and allowing you to play them in a Game Pass capacity, right? Okay with that. What I really hope they continue to do is continue to launch their games on Steam so you can do a one-time purchase.
Yes.
Yes. That would be my preference. So please, Sony, continue to launch your games on Steam. They've done well so far. Try not to make them exclusive to any one game store if you can.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's my only nitpick with the idea that they might be coming out with a launcher. I don't care if somebody puts out a launcher as long as it's available on the most common platform still.
Yeah.
And in order to allow your games as a service to happen, you need your own launcher. That's fine. I get it. Please continue to release them on Steam. You've been getting incredible sales. So Spider-Man jumped to number 1 immediately on the Steam sales chart.
I bought it August 12th.
Yeah.
When it was available on Steam.
Yeah.
So I bought it that day, full price.
And when you're coming out with bangers like Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War, you don't need to make them exclusive to your own launcher. Mm-hmm. Put them on Steam.
Exactly.
Make your money. Make your money. Yeah. It's great when people make money for the things that they put out. Charge appropriately and put them in the place where most people can have access to them. Don't make your own. Don't make them exclusive to your launcher.
I just got excited about because honestly, that's the console. If I was going to buy one, I'm leaning more towards PlayStation because I'm looking at those exclusives and it's like, man, those are the ones I want to play. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to come out where I can just play them on my PC, then thank you. I will gladly give you money.
Yeah, in my ideal world, I can just play all of these on my console or my PC of choice, right?
Yeah. I mean, Shy's flip turned upside down about it.
Yeah,
he's over
the moon.
Yep, over the moon.
Yeah.
He's over every moon that's ever existed.
All of them. Yeah. And when we don't say that he's elated over the moon, we're talking about like he's just over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go back to what we were talking about previously. No, it's okay. I skipped over you and I didn't realize. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I'll forgive you.
Thank you. So we got a voicemail from one of our listeners who does happen to be in chat. Hyphy saying,
hello.
Appreciate you leaving us a voicemail.
You know what, guys? Follow his lead. Let's hear it, and then follow his lead.
VideoGameTango.com. I'm gonna keep telling you to go there because it's a great place to go. Spend a lot of time making sure that it's got everything. Like
blackjack and hookers.
You don't know where to subscribe to us for your podcasts? You have all of the options for you on the front page of VideoGameTango.com. The latest YouTube video is going to be there. On the front page? The latest podcast episode is going to be there. You can go to our live stream from VideoGameTango.com. You can check out the blog and the show notes at VideoGameTango.com. There's everything that we do is all there. And Nick, are you having problems?
I really fat-fingered Video Game Tango. Came out as like Video Game Tango.
Yeah, because I'm looking at you trying to go to VideoGameTango.com and it's not working and you're making me scared.
I felt the first fat finger.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it. I just started pressing keys.
Yeah.
But look. Well, there I am.
Dude.
There you are.
Hey, that's me.
We look very startled.
We do. Well, I mean, look what's behind us. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, our Twitter's there. All the places you can listen to are. It's all there. Facebook. You can leave a comment on our latest post from our website. You can check out all the episodes listings. We have 83 of them out now. That's a lot to go through.
I never knew the future was so convenient.
Dude, I know. Mm-hmm. You go to videos. Look, it's got all of our YouTube. You can launch YouTube from right there in VideoGameTango.com. You go to the blog. It's got all the blogs and show notes that are available to you. You go to store. You can get our merch.
I think the most important thing
you can read all of our reviews.
That every single one of our reviews is 5 stars.
Yes, that's true.
All one of them.
Yes, all one of them.
We have 100% success rate.
100%. But you can also go to live. Look,
your heart out,
we're literally there. We're live. You can jump in chat.
Feedback.
I am going to cause a feedback loop.
We're going into the future. Hold on to your butts.
But the other main feature that we've got is there's a little microphone in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, of your phone, whether you're on your PC, your Mac, pretty much anything that you can go to VideoGameTango.com on, you can leave us a voicemail as long as it's got a microphone directly from your phone, man. Shit's wild.
I cannot express to you how much enjoyment I will get out of your voicemails.
And you're telling me we have one of those.
We've got
one of these voicemails, you say?
We do.
No.
Yeah, we sure do, Josh. Stop doubting me.
Okay,
you got to stop doubting, man.
Sorry.
You got to believe, okay?
You're giving Shy a heart attack here. He needs to hear it.
He can't believe it either.
So give me 1 second. I'm going to bring up that because it's a...
1 second. Do a dance with me, Josh. 1 second. 1 second. 2 seconds. That's
3
too
seconds.
many seconds.
I can't hear whether it's running or not.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
There it is. All right. No, it's not technical difficulties. There's just the fucking page is weird. All right.
Here we go.
But only on our end. For you guys, it's perfect. All right. So let's check out our voice message from Hyphy Sayin.
Hello. Good morning. I just realized I only have 120 seconds to get this all out. So I wanted to say that you guys are doing a great job. I love the podcast. Really not a lot of notes other than I think that Andrew should spend a little time making his own theme song for the beginning. Some pixely and I don't know, right up the gaming alley. To Nick, really no notes for Nick. I would like to see you guys gamble some
I'm
shaved
surprised
beards,
by that.
between you and Josh. I really don't care who wins. I just think that'd be a fun punishment for somebody to lose on a bet or two. Let's see, Josh. I think you are a material girl living in an NFT world. You need to get over it. Other than that, I'd like to hear more statistics on how your guys' show is doing on like Spotify and what I listen to. That's the platform I'm on. I would enjoy more commentating on the visuals that are happening, because as I drive around town delivering people shit, I can't see what you guys are looking at sometimes, so it's nice to hear what's actually happening. Other than that, I think you guys are doing great. I would like to see, I'm forgetting her name, but the lady of the show, I would like to see her on more. I think she has a lot to it, and whatever you guys got to do,
I'd like to see her on more too, but she's wildly lazy.
And time to fire up Andrew's toilet heater and get to work. Whatever you got to do to keep her entertained and keep her on the show. Other than that, you guys do great. Hi, Hussein, if you ever see me on the comments, and have a great day.
Excellent.
It was wonderful.
I believe he said he wants to see us gamble more punishments.
Yeah, but Josh kept talking over it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He was very excited.
See what you guys are looking at sometimes on the. I really don't care who wins. I just think that between you and Josh, I'd like to see you guys gamble some shaved beards.
Shaved beards.
Shaved beard. Ooh. This took a turn.
What is that shave?
Okay.
So, so yeah, we've all got stuff to address. So I will real quick. I'll go ahead and play it for you real quick. This theme song is actually a custom theme song for Video Game Tango. This is the metal version of the Balcony Time podcast intro, which is originally we were called the Balcony Time podcast, and we just kind of did a riff show where we talked about whatever we wanted to talk about. Yep. And that's true. We were cool before the coronavirus, and then we got the Rona. It dropped our cool levels. So what I did is I took the original one, which I'm going to find you here in a second, but I took the original one and turned it into that. So it actually is a custom one. Now I have my problems with it, right? I don't think it fits the theme of our show very well. I don't think it's very video gamey. So yeah, it's definitely something that I want to get like a new original for. But finding one that exists is difficult, and I have tried paying other artists.
I tell you what, audience, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
The more subscriptions you do on Twitch and whatnot, we can start saving that money up, and we can get some new music.
No, yeah, 100% of all the funds. So we do get a little bit of money here and there from subscribers on Twitch, donations and that kind of thing.
I can confidently say we've made like at least $7.
I have made at least negative $15,000.
I mean, I'm not saying net, just gross profit. Yeah. We're at like $12.
No, for sure. So yeah, no, all the money that we get at Video Game Tango goes right back into the show. That's how we've been able to do some things on the show so far. So that's true. You guys are partially funding this show and making sure it happens week by week.
Please continue the funding.
But I have experimented with different artists. The unfortunate thing is you have to pay for an artist's work. So I'm paying blindly an artist to make them a very vague description of what we want, right? I want a video game themed, maybe chiptune, maybe EDM. But I've definitely tested some stuff and haven't been particularly wowed by any one of these artists.
Something that Nintendo's going to think about suing us over.
Sure. So, no.
I said think about, not actually.
We can take the Shia LaBeouf lawsuit. We can't take the Nintendo lawsuit. So,
LaBeouf is enough.
LaBeouf is enough.
LaBeouf is enough.
So, if anybody does music and wants to be on the podcast, maybe in the capacity of the intro, I would love to do viewer-submitted music. Yeah, you can always contact me at andy@videogametango.com if you're interested. I know I'm shouting into the ether, but
to collab with the Ether Ghost about music. I know about this much about music, and
if we got a new one every week, I'd be happy with. That'd be fantastic. We get a featured artist, something as we grow, would be fantastic. I would do a new one every week if we got a submission.
I've always wanted my own theme song.
Yeah,
hook a brother up,
dude. If you could have your own WWE theme song, that'd be sick, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What's that name of that rap song I made fun of the other day and you get all fucking hot and bothered about?
I don't do
that. Is by the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, you called the Black Eyed Peas mid. Essentially.
No. Oh, no. It was fucking ludicrous. It was, hey, y'all. Are you... Oh, shit. Get the fuck up out of here, dog. No,
that can be your theme song.
Dude, thank you. That's a cool fucking song, bro.
Yeah. All right.
That's not ludicrous.
Not ludicrous. Well, fuck, now I'm all...
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. No, not ludicrous. Andre 5000 is
part of
5000.
Jesus Christ, I'm brain farting now, man.
It's
I got angry.
Outcast.
Thank you, Lord. I got angry and I forgot reality.
So let's get back to the voicemail.
Time right now.
Let's get back to the voicemail. So so we do have. I think I've got the old intro here. It's been a long time since I went to this folder.
Let's hear it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the balcony. Nope, that's not the one.
Was that your butt?
That's your butt.
This is all forever. If there's anybody still listening, fucking kudos to you, man.
Yeah, I mean this.
This
we're done with video game news.
Ago.
Let's see here.
Video game news. Did you hear that?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I had it too, and I don't know why I had it earlier. I had this brought up earlier, and I closed it during the podcast at some point.
Astroneer has a train update. I'm just going to put minor game news in to give Andy time.
Yeah.
They added trains in Astroneer.
Ooh.
So if you want to play Minecraft but fun, or Space Engineers but not shitty.
There's also a bunch of fun mods already for the Spider-Man game. So if you want to swing through the cityscape of New York as... Stan Lee.
That is an option.
That's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as Spider-Man's thickest villain, Wilson Fisk.
Yeah. Oh, and good news, too. Nexus Mods, I believe it was, they took down that mod that removes the pride flags and puts in American flags and banned the dude.
Yeah.
And said, if you don't like it, fucking disable your account.
Yeah,
we're not going to put up with this bullshit.
Which is excellent news. Unfortunately, the mod is out there forever on the internet with an active link. But
Nexus Mod controls Nexus Mods.
Yep.
They can't control the mod. But, yeah, some guy, there's a handful of pride flags in the game. And he made a sock puppet account. Are you ready?
Yeah, that was great. You guys, that was such a good job, you guys.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to give you time.
Where is
you don't
that?
Think I keep shit in my back pocket for emergencies?
No, that's great. So, so I found the old Balcony Time podcast intro.
Okay. And this is one by our dear friend Grappling Hook, right?
By Grappling Hook? Cameron.
Well, I wasn't going to say his name. The guy who loves grappling hooks.
No, Cameron's go to his Facebook page. He's fantastic. Cameron Folks.
Yeah, it's true. He is trying to.
Yeah.
WLKES.
Yes, FOWLKES.
Yep, that is the correct spelling.
Yeah, check out his Facebook page. He posts music there regularly. But that is our original. So
we can't hear it.
Oh my God.
Technical difficulties.
You couldn't. Okay, so this.
There we go. Yeah, dude, I miss it.
That's the OG intro.
I hear it now. I hear the kind of metal remix of it.
Yeah, so I mean, this is literally just the metal remix of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, isn't it? I thought the artist did a really bang-up job, so I was like, okay, we're going to go with this until we find something better. Haven't found anything better, so this is our intro.
Yeah, it was that fourth bar I think threw me, but now that I hear them back to back, they're definitely that's really, really cool.
Yeah, that was.
Did you show Cameron that?
Yeah.
Okay,
of course.
Cool.
I wanted to make sure he was cool with me taking his, because he wrote that song for us, and he actually gave us a lot of stuff. We used to use a lot of his music in the old podcast days, so I wanted to make sure he's cool with me using his music for that.
I can't, dude. If we were to just somehow stupidly get rich off this, I can't explain how excited I'd be to show up to Karen and be like, "Hey, guess what?
Oh yeah,
Here's just fucking a bunch of money.
Yeah, I'd love to pay Cameron royalties.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, instead I just got him some soda and we had lunch.
Yeah, that's about our budget.
Yeah, that's about the budget.
This podcast.
Well, guys, so again, if you would like your voicemail on the show, it's something we'd like to do going forward. Maybe it gets its own show someday. Let's get enough voicemails that we have to do voicemail shows.
Therapy Frog on Twitch.
I don't know what that is.
The guy who dresses up like the frog and does therapy.
Oh yeah, he's also on TikTok.
Oh, he knows this guy and you don't?
I don't,
what
man.
Fucking timeline am I on?
Dude, that's
the
weird.
Darkest one.
I built him. I built him a computer, and suddenly he's the internet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lyle Forever.
Yeah, you haven't seen this guy, dude?
Okay, dude, he's like huge on Twitch.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking. Yes,
there's no pictures of him, but yeah, he dresses up like a frog and does.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank God. It's still only the second Darkest timeline.
All right, well, that was the longest outro in Video Game Tango history. I want to thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Make sure you go to videogametango.com.
I think it's been a week. We just have to do another one right now.
It's
We've been talking
100%.
for 7 days.
It's true. Josh?
Yep. Well, I mean, we'll catch you next week at that same Tango time, that same Tango place.
Bye.
That's right. Next week, guys.